Hey Storytelling Ron, I'm making a bog hex. So I rolled out, in a previous video, I rolled out a bog hex where the apocalypse people go and explore a hex that's a bog or a marshland. And so what I've done is I've created a map in Foundry. Here, let me show you the stats here. So I made it 6,000 by 3,500 and only 0.05 padding on the sides. Then I made the color. It's just kind of a bog looking color. I don't know what that would be, but I'm going to guess that. Let's see. I can't remember scene name. That doesn't really matter, bog. Okay. I don't use any lighting or anything because I just keep it pretty basic. But I want to show you the digital assets. So, the digital assets for both these games is this right here, Crusader RPG, and it has the tokens cartoon style. And then I just named that a long time ago, and I've had to keep it ever since. And then the sci-fi gets tokens, not tokens 2 or scores, or it does get maps in the hey, where are the hexes? Tokens and where are the hexes? I don't need it for this, but where are they? Hold on, I'm going to pause real quick. Just because I just want to make sure I've got them in there. Oh, yeah, they're right here. Hexes. I just didn't notice that. So these are the different hexes for the different, terrains that you can encounter in Epoch of the Apocalypse, Apostles of the Epoch. And those are in the digital assets, so you can print those out and make little paper maps or whatever. Or you could, or there'll be VDT versions, so you can do it in Foundry or whichever one you want to use. But I right now am doodling or jigsaw puzzling a bog hex that they're going to go exploring in and stuff. And so this is sort of my battle map, the way I do things here. Right now, and I use a lot of the Dark Ages tokens, the medieval ones, for the well, for both Apostles of the Epoch and Christian Space. Because there's a bunch of terrain stuff under props here. I categorize it this way, and then there is a Martian swamp. So I'm gonna bring all of these out as objects. What's this one here? Tiles. As tiles. Because I'm gonna, mix and match and figure out what I want to do. Let me see. Do I want anything from here? Maybe I'll do some of these rocks in the marsh. Oh, good. Dead trees. Sure. So the marsh is, Dead Sea kind of area. Under Marsh Swamp, already did that one. Water. So I might use these, I might not, but I've kind of made these for the other one. And these are printables and digital assets as well. So I think that's it for this pagan stuff. I might come back to this, but because you can obviously use primitive stuff in the Epoch, right? All right, so let me go to the sci-fi folder and under tokens. I'm going to use foliage, I think. So this has got some, and this can be, creature. But I think I'm going to use, well, I'm going to use these. I might use some giant mushrooms for the fun of it. I think that's it for here. That maybe. I might come back to this. What else is in here that I might want to use? Roadways, I definitely want to use the roadways. These are almost par for the course in the Epoch because they're going to be, traveling. Now I know that in this scenario there's going to be buildings and they're going to have crustaceans in them, mutated crustaceans, and I rolled it out as being crustaceans with tentacles and acid spray, and they're critters, they're swarming. Okie dokie. So I might use, an industrial pipe there. Anything else? Okay, we got some mutants here. I'm going to use these as placeholders because I plan. Well, that's not a token. I plan on using tokens at some point here. But this is the size of the creatures. Oh, I think. Oh, let me turn off the lock thing. Bogland configure grid. Oh, token vision. Turn that off. I don't want any of that for lighting. Turn off gridless. It's fine, and I believe that means it's not. Okay, so now I'm not going to use this thing, but you know, I might use this guy. But I do want to use some sort of crustacean, mutated creature. These are all just some options, and then I'm going to draw out something just for the fun of it, and add it to the library. But because that's for the Kickstarter. So I've got to make a map, and they're going to be driving through. So I think that in driving through, they can, you know, they could literally pass this map up and just not go in there, which they might do, but I shall see. I'm going to make like a half road here, a pipe over there. I'm going to let them see, and then copy paste, make some road here. So they'll be driving through, and you know, for some of this, I'll just describe it out as role playing, like theater of mind. And then when they get to this location, as they're driving through the bogs, you know, I'm going to do this. But there's going to be some role playing where I'll describe the bogs, and they'll do some driving tests, some maybe, I don't know, I think just driving tests to see if they get stuck in the mud, run out of supplies. I could do a random encounter with some creatures, you know, but so this, I don't know if I want to use this third water. I might just use a different color, like a shape, you know, if I draw it out here. But I mean, obviously you can do whatever you want. I don't use these shapes very much, so I don't know if I can create a different shape than this. That's not going to work. I don't really want to sit here. Okay, let's check this out real quick. Okay, fill with color, and it's sort of a darker version of this. Okay, and that's going to fill the line of my. Did it not fill? What did I do wrong? No, opacity. What? Fill type. Oh, solid. Okay. Then let me do this. The line. I'm going to do kind of just a version of that. So let me thicken up that this line to 20, just for my own. Okay, so that's water. I think I'll use that just for the fun of it. Fun of it! Because in this world, gotta have fun. Now, I'm gonna leave this mushroom here. They can explore this mushroom and get like rations out of it, or maybe medicine. That would be neat. Oh, there's some water here that's kind of neat. Maybe I want to use this water. I'm gonna use that water. Okay, I'm gonna draw out some more. One there. And this is obviously toxic water. I think that's good enough. Line 20. Color. Oh, I could have defaulted to that color or this setting. Whatever. Okay. I'm doing this manually, which might bore the heck out of you. Solid. What? Oh, opacity. Gotta remember all these things. All right, let me just do this real quickly. Hope I'm not boring you too much. Boring myself. Oh, wrong color. Okay, fill. Ah, what did I do? Fill. Solid. Oh my gosh, didn't even do it. Annoying. Fill opacity. Okay. One more. One more! My goodness. I'm just trying to show people how I do things around here. My methodology. Solid. Okay. I got the line wrong, but that's okay. No big deal. Okay. So pool's over here. Obviously the road is sunk in there. Put that there. Weird growth. And what I'm doing here, I don't want them to drive up there, right? I want them to walk. So I'm actually going to take this off. I don't want it to be too, you know, I want repetitiveness as opposed to everything is unique. I want a sense of repetitiveness, so these are kind of boring to me, but why is that behind it? I'm gonna regret that. When I put it on the roof here, then if they ever go try to explore the island, they're gonna be underneath it. All right, let me see where this is. Okay, there, down below. Down underneath, please. Okay. Yeah, there's a whole spacing thing, or, you know, arrangement thing you got to figure out. Okay. So I don't know if I want all these sort of random looking different things. I want things that look similar. I'm going to take this. I would like some terrain features, obviously, but you know, because a bog, if you would look at a bog, it's very repetitive. I've been to a bog in northern England, and it was freaky, man. It was misty. You know, you can only see so far, and it was just this repetitive lumps everywhere. Very horror, you know. I don't want too many mushrooms. I don't want it to be. I want it to be interesting like that, you know, and I might have a creature out there that's just a generic encounter like this. It's a pretty tight map, but I kind of feel like it should be further out, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. This needs to go further out. Move this out further, just to give them some necessity to travel. I feel like I want to say you see it off in the distance, so you got to travel a little ways. There's a road. I did want to say that. There's a road, a pathway leading out there. Okay. 40. You see a pathway leading out to this buildings. I want and this is just a placeholder, but these baddies, I want them to be like hiding maybe in the rocks. And so when they go to check out the area, they get attacked. I think I want to make the buildings smaller. Outpost. The buildings are definitely old and ruined. I do have some ruins in here. So that. I could do some more ruined buildings or aired structures. But this is like Tatooine sci-fi. pretty much it. Oh, here we go. My classics. The classics. Okay. I use these a lot. Ruin piles. All right. Getting somewhere. I think I do want to move this back quite a bit. So there's room to travel. I don't know if I'm talking loud enough. I'm kind of mumbling to myself here. But this is kind of how you figure out your maps or however. I mean, you can draw it, you can do anything you want, but obviously this is the way I'm doing it. And the way I've set it up for my stuff to do it. You can do it however you want. Actually, I'm going to take that out, and I just like the bog thing. This sort of looks like a bog. Oh, is there music playing? Have some cool music playing. I can't hear it, but I'm playing anyway. Oh, I have a... I actually have a pretty cool... Oh, it's not in here. My Goblin Fortress soundtrack. Let me get that in here. Gotta do this again. Create playlist. Goblin Fortress. Okay. Bulk import. Oops. Goblin Fortress. Select directory. Here it is. And play. No, not that one. The other one. The other. Okay. Evermire. Conquest of the Evermire. I did some music for that. Great playlist. Bulk import. Swamp score. Duh. Okay. It's Serenity. Here we go. Try that one. Can you hear that? Let me put the headphones on, then I can hear it. Yeah. Okay. I will put my headphones on. That's definitely the music I'll be using. Score. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. They're gonna drive along here. You know, if I ever get it. I don't have an Apocalypse campaign going on right now. I don't even have a Dark Ages one going on. I just have the Christians in Space one. But I could have them come here, although they'd land on a spaceship. But I could make it so that it's very misty, and they have to get to the ground, land carefully, and travel along the surface. You know, I could do the same map for them, exploring around the planet. They come up to a bog planet. I just gotta fill this with denizens now. So in essence, they're gonna come here. They might deal with this, although this seems really small. So I might not do the creature. I'm gonna do something. You know, I'm still not. Oh, But I need to take I'm going to take a picture of this screen capture for the Kickstarter booklet, or the booklet. So my thinking is that the creatures are going to be hiding in the rocks. So if they ignore the rocks and just go to the ruins, then the ambush will be enacted. If they go explore the rocks, they will find the creatures hiding there and then have a fun little rock battle. Terrain. I'll make this a little more interesting then if that's the case. Just want to keep it kind of tight. I don't think tight's the right word. I want it to be an interesting terrain for them. If they linger, I'll probably make it so that the crustaceans get impatient and start moving towards them, but only if they're lingering purposely. Okay. That's cool. Now, can I take a screen capture of this? This is going to go into my booklet as the map. Where do I forget where I put everything? Bogland. Bogland ambush. Bogland. Something I like to go. I like to do alliteration. Is it where you B and B? Bogland. Yeah, ambush is fine. Righty. So then, in here, I'm going to write out okay, that's another one here that I'm doing. I'm just going to add it here. Okay, so now I gotta figure out what to do. The creatures. Bogland ambush. Alright, so anyway, just wanted to let you know how I kind of work things out and build up my maps, and I'll type out some of the basics for this and start thinking of things. Got to brainstorm. All right, thanks for listening, watching. I just wanted to let you know how this process, and hope you enjoyed that. Remember the game of life: roll the dice. Okay, I just got to add this. I just figured out something. So in this cool map, so there's an ambush by these crustacean creatures. What they do is when you bypass them and go looking around in here, they open up these rocks here and cause a flooding of this area. See? Pretty cool. So thusly the people are going to be stuck. So what I will do then is like whoosh, fill this in like this. As a flooding that occurs Ta-da! So that's pretty cool. That's pretty creepy, man. If the crustaceans, so the players could examine those rocks or look over there, and I'll maybe give them some clues about the slopes and stuff, and maybe do like a perception of intelligence to say that this area is kind of waterlogged, and et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's a pretty cool thing that'll happen if they go beyond that area. So let me take a new shot of this and save it to the as the image of the map. Something to that effect. And obviously you can use something like this yourself. You can make it yourself, or you can create some kind of map like this for your own use. Anyway, where am I at here? Okay, well, that's it. Okay, guys, I have finished this level pretty much. So check this out. This is going to be an all creature level map. They're going to come along this road. There's a creature over here. This guy is going to be the water beast. Now, if they get to these mushrooms, they'll be like a medicine or something. High roll for that. I might even just put it in there. There's going to be like 20 minutes in if they go there and are able to harvest it. I have to figure that out. But there's obviously this beast in the water. And what this is aggression 4. Awareness 3, secrecy 4. So instead of tech, I have secrecy there just for hiding. Oh, I should definitely put I'm going to write that down right now. And this is something you should be able to do too. Just come up with something on the spot. So hide in water plus D8. See? You just kind of do stuff like that and make it as you go. So it has a tentacle grab plus 4. Does D4 damage, so not very much damage, but if it just does a grab successfully, grapple at TR 14. So I'm making I put the number 14 based off the 4 here, aggression 4, TR 14. Now they have to resist 14. If they can resist it, then they get free from the tentacle. But if they don't, then the tentacle pulls them down into water at minus D4 per turn. So they're going to be at minus D4. So in the next turn, they can try to resist again. And I'll probably, and this is sort of a GM discretion, but I'll make a minus D4 to save to resist that TR 14 again, because it's getting harder. They're getting more tired. They're stuck in the water. This is assuming no one else is trying to rescue them. And once they reach minus D12, or they drown, or past D12, but whatever. Reaching, let me write that down, past, just to make it clear. Because I'm going to be putting this in the booklet too. Past drowns. Tentacle is defense 12. Oh, I should make it harder because it's a tentacle. It's really thin, so it's hard to hit it. 12 is normal, so I'm going to give it a 16 because it's going to be in the water and it's thin. Save D4, just thick hide. And then vigor of 4. So if they can get that, then they cut it off. If grapple ended in water, the creature gets to bite, like an octopus bite. And it's D8, but it's crushing. So 19 and 20 is a critical. Hide in water plus D8. Okay, I just did that. So this is the water beast. Let me hide that. And in here, I've got some sort of like dinos just resting. And then these are going to be like, if they just see it on the map, they see them. They're just resting in the mounds, and they're kind of like they kind of fight the other critters or whatever. But they're just like creatures. They eat bugs or whatever. And they're harmless. They'll avoid the players if they can help it. So I'll just make it being a distraction. These mushrooms here, I'll make them poisonous. I'll do that. Okay, so here now is, like I said before, these are going to be the little dams. And then if they don't, they can spot those or not. And the flooding here. This thing is hidden to them, this little water thing, but I can make it appear. But it's hidden to them. You can see it on my thing. If you're one of my players. Anyway. Okay, so I have hidden the crag ambushers. I've decided, now I actually drew some new creatures, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to use the ones in the first series of tokens because I need to use those, like make them useful. Not, so these are the creatures that I'll be using. I like these little creepy looking, like they got a little 3-pronged talons there. They're kind of wormy and crawly. So they have an aggression 4, pretty tough. Awareness 3, tech 1. So they don't really, not like technology, but they have an awareness of technology, like just of doing the dam. That's not that it matters in the game. Spirit -2, so they are kind of that's their for creatures. It's basically their courage. Intelligence 0, society 2. That's for them. I just put it in there. It's not even necessary. I should probably just put a hyphen, I should probably do that. Hyphen. Let me do it here. it's unnecessary for me to put this in here. I was just being, I was just thinking of my own. And usually, actually, what I would do, I should be consistent. Is this. So just so you only have the ones you need. Defense 17, and that's because they're slick. So it's 12 plus the 3 for the awareness, so it make it 15 plus 2. I decided, because they're slick, they're wet, they're this. So when I rolled them up in the booklet, they were crustaceans with tentacles and swarmy critters. And I changed it. Because you can. Might as well change it. But this is close enough. I could say that there's, whatever. I'm going to leave it like this. Save D4 just because of the tough insectoid hide. Vigor 8, so I made them a little tough. They're big. They're human size. Okay, so what do? Talon grip. Basically, their head pops out, goes a few feet or whatever. Can grab something and does D6 damage. Grapple or take D6 per turn. So the grapple will be a 14 because the grip is 4. So I just equate that out to a 14. But it could be, you can decide more or based on the roll. It could be higher, whatever you want to do. Or take D6. If they're grappled, they're getting crushed, ow. And they're taking D6 per turn. And they get an armor save still. Toxic spit. So they have a toxic spit. Or they can do a toxic spit if they're at range, short range. And it's a blast D8, so it'll splatter on up to 8 people in a close proximity to each other. And basically it's a toxicity that gives them minus D6. So it's very strong. I might make this D4, but let me get a 6. So they're at minus D6. They're coughing. It's a foulness. whatever it is. Yeah, it could kill them too if they take other wounds. Yeah, definitely kill them. So that's why I'm kind of concerned. Maybe I should make a D4. I think I'll make a D4. I'll make a D6. I'd be kind of mean. So they can hide in the bog. Oh, there's gonna be a few of them though, and I don't want to get too deadly. Make a D4. Okay. There's no save. Just that's what you take. If they have a breather, I think I might give them a save, like just a TR12 save if they have a breather. And then instead, I will make the minus D4 something. One of their gear or something gets ruined. I'll roll kind of the limb then, and then ruin that. I might do that as well. Let me just put that down there. Ruins one random thing, or minus D4 to one random gear, part, whatever. Like a hide and bog plus D6. So they got, they're gonna be hiding in those rocks, and that's their stealth. So roll that plus they're aware. And this right here. So if they can also roll this, and if they're being attacked, they can roll a DRR, and I will give them that, add that to their defense. So they're literally using cover. They know how to really use cover in the bog to hide from being shot at. That's their sort of intelligence. So the semi-intelligent stay hidden until they trap their prey, afflicted them with their spit. Then they attack. Oops, let me write that down. Then, then charge in for the kill. Pretty scary. Okay, so this is their defense, 17, and this is their hits, 8. So they get killed by one gunshot. Man, is that in here? Yes. Okay. Whew. I don't know when they save or don't save together. These all saved. Okay, that's good. All right. So these are all the creatures. Now what they're doing is they're hiding in the rocks, and so once the people go searching around, they come out. They come out, swim towards these rocks. They remove the rocks, fill this area up, so they're trapped. And then the fight is on. Pretty creepy. And in here is going to be some salvage for sure. Dead bodies they'll find probably. I'll probably let them search around for a while and let this fill up. It takes a while kind of thing. So I'll let them do their salvage, and then as they're coming back, it's flooded. And then that's when the creatures attack. Or actually, I'm going to let them try to go over this, right? Figure out how to go over it. And if they go through the rocks, they'll be attacked by the creatures because they'll be hiding in the rocks. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. They'll really attacked. So kind of a dealio thing. Like, and I'm not putting them next to the rocks because I don't want them to go right here and find them. But if they go to this rock and search, no, then they will pretty much find the thing, or a clue of the thing. Although they do have hiding though, they have good hiding. So that's it. That should be pretty scary, cool adventure. And that's how you do it. And that's a Christian role-playing game. Obviously there's no evangelism in this game, but this is a cool map, right? And you can, obviously you can make this on your own on a table or something, whether you print these out or you do your own, cereal boxes or miniatures or whatever. Okay, just trying to, preach and teach. I don't know if I'm preaching, but teaching about this role-playing game, how fun it is to set it up, how simple it is. And also when they go salvaging, I do this thing where it can be random, it can be really cool, they could find some cool stuff, and I will probably give them some extra rolls so that they bonuses to the rolls, so they have a potential of getting a high DRR to getting some cool stuff. And I have no idea, based on the list what they could get, because there's also rare stuff that they can get if they roll high enough. All right, that's it for this. Just adding to the previous video. Game of life, roll holy dice.